Hello everyone and welcome to Smux Cuisine. My name is Harper if you did not know, and today I am going to try for the first time in my life to make fried buffalo cauliflower bites, you could say. More or less, I had this deep fried, buffalo cauliflower once in a restaurant and I fell in love with it, and I have actually had it, I think, twice after that, but because it's February and I try to have a fried food genre when this month comes around, I thought to try to indulge myself and try to create some delicious buffalo cauliflower, and I am hoping that I can at least get a little bit like what I had in the restaurant all those years ago. So that's the goal for this video today. I will be filming my successes and my failures of making this dish for the first time in my life, and at the end of it, of course, I will see number one, does it look really nice, and number two, of course, does it taste delicious? So with that, let us begin. So sadly, it's a little bit dark outside, so that's a little bit of an issue, but hopefully everything looks nice. My camera's not freaking out that much right now, but here is the oil. I'm only using, I think a lot of this 1 pint of oil, and that's because I just don't want to waste any and blah 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 blah, but hopefully that won't affect anything. So I'm trying to get this to 375, I think, degrees Fahrenheit. I have a little thermometer that's, I think, around there, so it's over there. It's like right over there. Oh, also, I need to clean this stove. I should have done this before, but it's too late now. I don't have enough time right now, so we're just gonna just disregard that. But more or less, as this is heating up, I'm gonna actually get the ingredients out, so yeah. So the first things first is to just pour in all the cornstarch, salt, baking powder, that's the word, so in there, with the all-purpose flour, and then whisk around a little bit, and then I have to add in the water and then smooth it out with water and vodka. Now, problem, this is actually just a cup of water. There was a miscommunication and I thought we had vodka and my mom thought we had vodka, and then we, spoiler, we didn't have vodka, so we're just using water. The only thing will happen is it might not be as crispy as we would with the vodka, because the vodka gives it that lightness, but hopefully this won't be bad. So there's a whole cup. I probably shouldn't have done it all at lunch like that, but it's too late now. And then I'm just gonna mix this all together until it's nice and smooth batter. So I'll probably just speed up this footage. Actually, I'll probably wait for 1 second and just say that I'm surprised there isn't any other seasoning except this. But I'm thinking that, we are drenching this all in buffalo sauce, so that might be a thing. Also, I am using actual buffalo sauce instead of Frank Red Hots, just because I had some in the refrigerator from forever ago. But more or less, I'm just going to mix this all around until everything is nice and homogeneous. I'm trying to get all of the flour to not stick anymore. So we're looking at this. Everything looks good. It might be a little bit too watery, but we can't stop now. So more or less, I am going to go to the next step, which is, 1 second, oh my gosh. First things first, I'm actually going to change the battery. So 1 second. Okay, so we continue to peddle on our way. We have the batter, and now we have the cauliflower. I didn't actually cut these up. I just got a pack from Costco that were just already cut up. So if they're a little bit too big, I'm gonna blame Costco and not the fact that I just don't want to fix it. More or less, I'm just gonna pour all this cauliflower in. Hopefully this is a head. Hopefully it's okay. Oops. Okay. Well, there's a lot of crumbles that I just realized are there. More or less, my dog's doing something over there. So if you hear it sound, that's my dog. We're having fun. So I'm just gonna mix this all around. I'll probably just speed up all this footage because, again, don't want to bore you. But I do want to say, I feel like this is deja vu, so there's already. I have to have an eye. Sebastian, stop it. More or less, one more interruption before I actually listen to myself. And this is way too big. I'm gonna actually break this apart. Also, hands are of course have been cleaned, so I feel this recipe is very, very simple to make. I just want to know that its simplicity makes it good, oops, well, just dropped one. Well, that's gonna be my dog's now. Hopefully its simplicity will make it good. That is my real goal. Also, my goal is gonna be to just do this because mixing around is becoming a hassle, and this is way faster. There we go. We have the cauliflower, and let's go over to the stove and finish them up. So yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit under 350, but I'm getting insanely impatient. So we're gonna bite the bullet and probably regret it. So I'm going to try to ladle these in. Probably gonna use the spatula because I don't know what. Actually, no, I'm gonna use the spatula. I have nothing else to do. So I'm just going to take some and then Oh, there we go. Oh, well, I messed up. Not enough oil, but we're just gonna go with it because I honestly don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna keep with this. I wanna just have that. And I'm gonna agitate it a little bit, you know, quote unquote, gently agitate it just like they told me to. The heat's gonna be up. I am kind of panicking now because I realized that I made a mistake. They are completely touching the bottom of the pan, which means that I messed up. So we're probably using all the oil because I shouldn't have tried to act all cute and all that because I might have accidentally destroyed this whole thing. So that makes me feel way better, but more or less, I'm just letting this, you know, cook and like agitate it and keep it going. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. I think everything out looks pretty good. You know, it's nice and golden brown. So I'm going to start siphoning it out and trying to put it, you know, onto the paper towel. I will, of course, even this out later. I just want to get all the pieces out of there as fast as possible. Everything looks good. My biggest worry right now is that the cauliflower, the big parts, are not, Sebastian, please do not bark. The big parts of the cauliflower are actually all the way cooked. So that's my biggest problem right now, but I think after that, everything else looks pretty good. I'm gonna put the rest of the oil in here. I know it might be a bad idea, but I'm kind of panicking. I'm gonna put up the heat, let that heat up, and then start up the next batch, which will probably be like the last batch. So yeah, let's actually see if these are like, I'm not gonna eat them, but I do wanna see if they are cooked all the way or else we have a really big problem. So give me 1 second. So here's the finished product when it comes to frying. They all are, or the big parts at least, which is, you know, all of them, are cooked, so that's really nice. I'm just gonna keep this warm, you know, hopefully warm. I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of freaking out. You can tell, you know, everything else goes pretty well in my videos until I start panicking and start doing stupid stuff, and then, you know, things just, you know, fall from there. But more or less, success rate is still pretty much up in like the high, I'm gonna say 80, so hopefully my panicking will not make it plummet to 0. But with that being said, let's go on to the next batch and probably also the final batch of the cauliflower. Hopefully you can actually see that because, you know, lights and all that. It's dark right now because snowstorms. Okay, so here is all of the fried cauliflower. There's a lot of it, but I really do want to, you know, crisp it up some more. You know, they are crispy, but they're also kind of soggy a little bit, and they're very oily, and that freaks me out. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. The oven's actually not done reheating, but when it is, I'll put them in there for like, you know, 5, 10, how many minutes before they actually start burning. Hopefully they actually won't burn. That's really all for the update, and I'll see you back. Hopefully this works out, so fingers crossed. Okay, so here is the deep fried and then, you know, baked cauliflower. They are like nice and, you know, crispy. Some of them aren't. The bigger pieces are more just steamed and kind of soggy, so that was an accident. But a lot of them are crispy, so that's nice. But more or less, I'm going to just pour in the hot sauce, buffalo sauce. There is like a recipe for it in the recipe, but I didn't realize that, and I didn't want to get Frank Red Hots for nose and all, so I just did this instead. But it's okay, we're just gonna figure it out. But more or less, pour it in, and then we're gonna start shaking it, and so everything combines nicely. I don't think it'll be nice and crispy because I think that the oven baking was a bad idea because they kind of got a little bit soggy, and then I had to put it over a broiler, and they got crispier again. But I think the big parts are soggy, and as you can probably see, it also kind of turned into a huge big mess because I think they're cooked so much that everything's just kind of like falling apart immediately. But this is how it looks like, and we'll go from here. Also, it's getting really dark really fast, so if the lighting looks bad, that is why. But yeah, I'm having not a lot of confidence right now. I don't know if this will be good or not. I'm a little worried that it's gonna not be good. So putting it out there and crossing fingers that I am making a huge mistake and actually tastes amazing. And yeah, so let's just go on before I start crying. Okay, so here is the you know, dish at hand. It how do I say this? They're very kind kind of soggy. They're not at all crispy anymore, which is, you know, my bad. I'm very sad about that fact. But we're hoping that actually tastes good. So I also have some blue cheese sauce because I love blue cheese sauce with wings or, you know, cauliflower. So we're just gonna taste it. So I'm gonna have, you know, a nice little piece right here. As you can probably see, falling apart. First I'm gonna do without the cheese and then with the cheese. As you can probably see from my less than enthusiastic voice, I'm not very happy about this. Also, it's way too hot and I'm burning my fingers, so I'm actually gonna let this cool off and then I'll try it out. Okay, so it's cooled off a little bit, so let's try this out. So, okay, so usually I have, you know, the whole plate and then tell you about my reaction, but I literally cannot eat this, so I'm gonna tell you right now. So, number one, it is insanely soggy and it disintegrates in your mouth and it tastes like the canola oil itself. The batter did not do anything, you know, it didn't make it crispier. It just makes it oily, and what I really did like about the buffalo cauliflower that I had was the fact that it was very crispy, number one, which is also a very important thing, but more importantly, it didn't taste like cauliflower, right? You know, it tastes like buffalo wings but without the meat, so it was really, really good. This tastes like cauliflower, and it does not taste like good cauliflower. It tastes like bad cauliflower. The blue cheese sauce makes it even actually taste even worse than it was before, which is a surprising fact, but that's a fact at hand. As a whole, I did not like it. I'm very, very sad because I have a lot left, so I don't know what to do. It's not the actual buffalo like sauce itself. That tastes fine. It's the actual like thing that I made tastes bad, and I'm very sad because I don't think we've ever had this bad of a video, like not video itself, probably video's actually probably bad too, but this bad of a recipe coming out of some cuisine. And, you know, this tastes really horrifying, and because of that I'm kind of shell shocked, so that's why I sound so horrified, because I am so horrified. But yeah, it tastes really bad. I think when it comes to a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I can't finish, it tastes terrible, 10 being I love it, I'll have it again, I will give this a solid 1. It tastes really bad, and I seriously do not know what I should do with the leftovers because I do not want to waste the food, but I literally cannot eat it. At this moment, I kind of realized what Victor Frankenstein felt when he saw this monster for the first time. You know, it's my bad, I messed up, you know, I fudged it up, probably with the, like, you know, overcrowding and waiting too long and, you know, putting it into the oven and then broiling it and making it, you know, way more cooked than it should. That's probably on me, and I will completely take responsibility. So in that regard, I am not like Victor Frankenstein, who could not take responsibility if it actually, you know, cost him his life, which did, and his, you know, sister wife, cousin wife, and his brother, and everybody else in his family, so, you know, and other people that he cared about. So yeah, I take responsibility for my actions. But after that, it's kind of like I do all this stuff, I mess up, I try my best, and then my child is terrible and I can't look at it, and it's quite horrifying. I'm being very melodramatic if you can't tell, but yeah, that's why I'm on YouTube. I'm a very dramatic person. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. So of course, if you like this video, click a like. If you want to see more from moi, just subscribe. If you want to see the recipe, I'll have it down in the description down below, so check it out there. But if you've made this recipe before and you have any tips or tricks or whatever, just comment below, you know, be kind, because my ego is completely stomped upon right now. But after that, yeah, let's have a discussion and try to figure out what I did wrong. But with that being said, that is the video. So of course, I hope you have a amazing day. I will say time, and as usual, goodbye.